Hey everyone, this is Agent J for Gamers Daily with a review of Madden 2006. Well, sort of. It's a Madden football game. You should know mostly what it's about by now. So this review is just going to cover some of the newer, cooler things in this year's version. First of all, gameplay has remained fairly unchanged. The only difference is QB Vision, a new feature that gives you a line of sight, literally for the quarterback. The size of the light depends on the quarterback. See, this is Tom Brady, New England's quarterback. He's a good quarterback, and therefore he has a large line of sight. It's easier for him to complete a pass. This is J.P. Lossman, Buffalo's quarterback. He's not too good. Note, very tiny line of sight. This makes it tough to pass. You need to be quick not to get sacked. You also need to make sure you're looking at the right person, or this happens. Ouch. There happens to be a simple solution to this problem, however. Let me show you. Voila! Ooh, amazing. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get on to the new stuff. The biggest new thing you'll encounter in this game is Superstar Mode. You basically become a character from The Sims, who happens to play football. Sounds odd, don't it? But it's actually very fun. First off, you have to make, well, yourself. Go through the list looking at different parents and find your character. And don't just blow it off either, because this stuff makes a difference. For example, if you pick this person, you'd have a high IQ, which would most likely make your IQ/personality test easier, but you might not be as good a player. In picking this person, your dad is a former Hall of Famer, but IQ isn't that high. Therefore, you'd probably be a good player, but more than likely a total dumbass. Anyway, once you've decided on your DNA, fill out your info. Easy enough. And move on to build. Normally, I don't change much except pad shelf. Now here's a little tip. Lower it to the point where it gives you another appearance point on the bottom there, which I'll explain the importance of later. Other than that, nothing much will affect your appearance, so you can change what you please. Now that your character is ready, let's go to your house, or apartment. You can't do much here yet. Mostly, you just check your schedule. For the sake of time, we'll skip these things, their interviews and such, and we'll go right to the IQ test. This test gives teams an idea of what kind of person you are, and the player you'll be. Therefore, it's important. Now you want a high score, not something like this, which is what I got by answering the first answer I saw on each question I got. You'll know this is bad because when you check your mail, which you should do from time to time, everybody has called to yell at you. I suggest you save before taking the test so you can go back and take it again if you score a 20. So we've retaken the test and scored better. Let's move on to the next important thing, the draft. Now, sit and wait. You'll get drafted soon. As long as you didn't score a 20 on the IQ test and mess up all your personality interviews and whatnot. Okay, now just wait a little. It'll happen. Just wait. Sooner or later. There we go. Drafted. Dolphins, 3rd round, 6th pick. Not bad. Okay, now that you've been drafted, more things in your apartment open up. For example, the mirror. This is your appearance. Go through and make yourself pretty. This, although it seems benign, isn't. You want to max out your appearance. Of course, it's not necessary if you don't like the way you look. That's more important. You don't want to make your character look stupid and something you hate. But if you don't mind so much, you want to make your appearance really good. 'Cause you start getting movie roles. Nice. Anyway, that looks pretty good. Let's move on. Now, let's take a look at the map. There are some fun things to do on this thing here. First thing, get a new hairdo. We'll just go into the barber shop here. The mullet. Sweet! Now that we got some kick-ass hair, let's check some tattoos out. There are a lot of designs, but Let's go with the letter G. And for the other arm, D. Alright, now we got a sweet hairstyle, some nice tattoos. Let's see what else we can do. You have 3 other places you can visit on the map. The stadium, the Performance Institute, which also depends on your agent. If you don't have a good one, you can't get in. And your agent's office. We'll check that out in a second. First, let's look back at your schedule. Nothing new for this week. We'll move into the next month. And here is your new schedule. You see you have the weekly practices and the weekly game. And that's pretty much how it goes for a little while. Anyway, that's pretty much it for Superstar Mode. It gets deeper later on. You become a bigger star and you can buy a bigger house and whatnot, but this is the basic stuff you need to know. Let's do one final thing. We'll go into our agent's office and, what else? Announce our retirement? Yeah, let's do that. Noteworthy career indeed. A month is a long time. Okay, I want to cover one more thing, and that's create a fan. You question me? How dare you? You see, you got the basic stuff here. Create a player, create a team, which is pretty fun. But we're taking a look at create a fan. That's right. You can now create your own crazy man dressed in an animal costume. I know, your dream for a long time, right? Let's take a look. Yeah, we'll give him the full get-up here. The head, the body, everything. Now that's a nice fan. Now each team has their own crazy fan. They're all pretty cool to look at. But that's not all of it. What's good at making your own fan if you can't make the fat, scary, shirtless guy? First, let's take off the shirt. Give him a cool saying. Yeah, that's it. But we're not done yet. Go to body shape now and make him large. Now that is a fat, scary, shirtless guy. Overall, this is a really fun game for both the football enthusiast or the casual fan. If you got any interest in football, I suggest you check this one out. I'm giving Madden 2006 a 9 out of 10. For video reviews, daily podcasts, and more video game news than your puny brain can handle, check out www.gamersdaily.tv. If you want to give a shout out to me, you can get to me at agentj@gamersdaily.tv. I'm Agent J. Later.